they produce Malcolm X, produced Martin Luther King, all of these great leaders that stood for our people. So talking about the role of black women, not only here in diaspora but in Africa, because the Queen's emancipation needs to be there. Do you reckon this media, this worldwide movement of all this media that targeting our sister, relegate our sisters to just entertainers, not understanding we got a great queens like yourself, like the great queens that you see behind the scene? You can't see right here, you can't see, but they're right here in the studio behind the scene. The amazing work they've been doing to empower our community. Tell us about the role of the black women in our society.
Let me take a deep healing breath on that one. The role of the black woman is right in that breath, the breath of life. The life that permeates through all of us comes from the life of that woman. How she nurtures her body, how that baby come into this world, how she stay out of that medical system, how she's free of stress. Her king allows her to be free of stress, to deliver a healthy baby and to raise that baby up from the earth, from the vibration of the love that's within our hearts. And we have to keep that through going through our education. The woman's job is to nourish and to educate and to make our children feel comfortable, to feel loved, to feel the mighty strength that's inside of them. But we have to work together, sisters, in peace and harmony. There should be no distraction that pulls us apart, that pits us against each other. We are the queens. And why are we the queens? Because we keep harmony and peace. We keep balance. Mother Nature. Mother Nature is the woman, okay? And even in the earth of the water, the waves, the water waves that connects us, every ocean that connects us, come from the strength of a woman. We are the natural healers. We are the natural creators. And we are the balance between everything in life. So the woman got to stay in balance. And she stays in balance not only through her own understanding, but by that king, keeping her at peace and keeping her in harmony and keeping her in a state of what? Tranquility, so she can do her job. The power of the woman comes from within herself, but it also comes from the man. That man has got to honor women at all times. So fellas, get out of your emotions and stay in keeping that woman as a queen that she is. And if she falls down, you be there to lift her up the same way that she lifts you up. We got to stay in oneness. So again, I'm going to say it. Emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery. Step up out of the dark ages of disease care and know how powerful we are. Our cells rejuvenate every single day. We are not the same. We may look the same, but our cells generate according to our own consciousness. So as the queens, we got to stay in peace. We got to stay in balance. And when our kings get out of alignment and they get so excited that they're ready to go off to war, we got to remind them that with ascension you rise. Calm down, my brothers. Stay in that mindset of Mayat and know what we need to do as one. That's our job, to keep balance, harmony, and peace, and bring our children up at home. In the home, in the community, the black community. My sister next door, you are my child's mother. My sister across the world, you are my child's mother. We are one, and we need to stay that way as one.
Wow. So going to the kings, same question to the kings, because we got a great kings. Make no mistake about it. We got a great kings that they've been stepping up. They've been doing amazing work, not only locally but globally. And then right here in our studio, you got two great kings, not three. Count on me too. So what about the role of the kings? Because we are, no matter where we come from, we are connected. We're all connected. But the work that y'all been doing is the king's work. Tell us about the role of our kings in our society this very day, because we got to understand some of our brothers, they still fall for this European system. They want to be cool, they want to be like, but we have to understand it is about the family, and the king has a major role to play, as well as with the queen, as the queen says. Because remember, black women, you are the mother of this planet and the queen of the universe. Make no mistake about it. So rise up, my black women. So same question to you, my brother. The role of the kings.
The role of the kings of self-cultivation. And you have to understand and look at what, in terms of universal order and the different principles that operate in the universe. One is the masculine principle. What exactly is the masculine principle? Because the way we're fed the masculine principle through a Eurocentric perspective does not represent the masculine principle. The masculine principle we have to look at through a construct of divinity. So many of us are ego-driven. So many of us are looking at ego as the ultimate power in terms of what we acquire, what we create, and how we direct that to get all of the things that we want to have or feel that we need to have. But there are other ways. There are divine ways. There are energetic ways that man, the masculine, creates. And one of the things that we just as men do not come and connect with are how we are put together really as a divine entity. You know, we put together, we operate as a socio-cultural entity that has our minds manufactured in Europe.
Wow. Brother Buzzelak, the same question to you. The role of the king. Because king is about being a soldier. Is about being the provider. Is about being the warrior. And you are the warrior. So tell us about the role of the king, because it is about time for us to really protect our family. Stand for our family, for our sisters. Because for so long, the system are trying to push the black men away from home. And it is about time for us to return home. In our communities, in our villages, in our land. So tell us about the role of the black man, the role of the king.
To understand the role of the black man, we must acknowledge the role of the woman. Because through every woman, a man comes through every woman. The woman is the mother of creation. I learned the respect of womanhood from my own mother, because when I didn't see my father or heard my father, I heard my mama, and she never stopped until we got educated. And although she didn't agree when I became a Rasta, she did see me to the point where I was educated enough to make my choices and make positive choices. So the first thing the king has to do is to respect the queen and support the queen, because the queen bears his children and carries his line and his DNA through all eternity. She is the only one that can do that. So although I will sow my seed and I can go and disappear, she has to carry that seed. Not just the 9 months, but a mother never forgets her child while the father did. So we need kings that will stand up to their responsibilities, because without a man in the household, that's the black family become a weak family. And that's something that we inherited from slavery. And since there was no re-education, the post-traumatic effects of slavery are still with us. Our king need to find their crowns. They had it before, they can have it again. And that crowns mean you protect your family, your community, your country, and your race.
Wow. So, Sister Karen, the same question lies of what about the family? Because we understand the problem. Solution. In your humble opinion, what is the practical solution for this topic today? Because we understand they've been using all tools necessary to exterminate the black family, the black / African family. What is the practical solution in your thoughts before let you go?
What is the practical solution? The basic solution. I'm going to say it again like my brother Bob Marley said it. Emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery. Get out of that system. You do not need to go to Western medicine for anything. Nothing. Not even to have your babies. Get out of that system. Don't go to them for anything. Don't be afraid when you have a cellular malfunction. Cells will malfunction. It doesn't mean to go get a drug. And if you listen to their commercials, they'll tell you the drugs are killing you. And they are not even going to be responsible for giving you the drugs anymore. You can't even sue them. So get out, emancipate, run, and get back to basic love. The laws of vibrational energy. To know that we are one community, living in unity, sharing love worldwide. My brothers right there that I'm looking at so gorgeously. My sister I see sitting over on the other side. We are one no matter where we are. We live with the basic frequencies of love, of life, of energy. We are energetic beings. This body ain't going to be here forever, but our energetic signature is going to be here always. Somebody's going to pick up on that vibration, and it needs to be about basic love and respect. So in terms of food, water, and medicine, get out of that system. Grow your own food. If you can, even with the chemtrails in the sky, get your water from Mother Nature. Okay? Get your food from the land. Let that be your medicine. But there's nothing greater than your consciousness, what you thinking, your states of consciousness at any time. No matter what you're going through, when you get into despair, raise your own vibration. Get back to the truth of who you are. It is in your DNA. You are divine. You are whole. You are perfect as you are. And we need to stay united. That's what we need to do. That's the basic. Get out of it. We got everything we need within us, within our community. If I don't have it, I'm going to come to you, my brother. I'm going to come to you, my brother. I'm going to come to you, my sister. I'm going to come to you. I'm not going to no European man or no European system or anybody that think like that, agent provocateurs. I'm not going to them. I'm coming to us. We got all the answers. We were born with it. We were raised with it. We live with it. Even when we abandon it, it's still in us. And when we get scared, you know what we do? We run back to self. We run back home. We run back to nature anyway. So why not stay there?
So before we let you go, how can people find your work? Because it's extremely important for you to understand. Because you're been all over Washington D.C. But tell us, how can people find how can our family find your work and any message, any contact?
Anyone around the world. I am on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency in the UK. I come on every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show. And all I want is your story of wellness, how you emancipated yourself, how you healed yourself from that word they gave you called cancer. I want you on my show to speak to the people, to let them know how you did that pharmaceutical Western medicine thought free. So I'm on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency, every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got to figure out your time. My website is consciousselfcare.com. One S connects conscious and self because we're not disconnected. consciousselfcare.com. My YouTube channel is K Davis F. All my videos are up there on past shows, how we can assist one another. And I'm going to tell you something. I get my strength from the power of this melanated black skin around the world. Thank you, Alpha Cuba, for bringing us together. Black love, black community, black respect. We got our own answers. We got our own understanding. And if we put our economics dollars together, we will build what we want just like that because we all got the money right now.
Oh, wow. Any message, a quick message, 1 minute message for our special guest, obviously, Brother Wayne and Brother Busbrack. Any last message for them?
I just want to say I've been enlightened. I see that we all have a common thread. I'm thankful for the information that was shared, because through education, communication, and finances, we will get what we want. But we have to understand that we have that right now. We have all the economic dollars that we need when we let go of that European-centric understanding and get back to the simplicity. And I think that's what my brother was saying. The other brother was saying, you don't need that pharmaceutical. You don't need that medication. You got to trust in yourself. Black man, black woman, be the kings and queens that we are. Start supporting one another. And if you can't support somebody, don't put them down.
That's what it is. Thank you so much for you to be on the show. Definitely, we're going to have you even more to break it down, the role of our black women. So we got to people start calling now. So hold on, we're gonna have to give the floor to our special guest. So the same question, Brother Wayne. The role. Obviously, we understand what is the practical solution. What can we do to build fences around it? Because we gotta build the fences. No matter what it is, we have to build the fences. The same way the Europeans are doing, the same way as the Chinese are doing. They're going out in Africa to take over everything. So it is about time for us to really then come with a practical solution. Not only about talking, because we understand we got to use our media to promote this black on black love, but at the end of the day, it's about us to build our own family, as the sister says. What is your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, but again, I mean, it's about self-cultivation. It's about taking the time to really work, develop, and refine your own individual being. It's about, developing consciousness. It's about being able to step away from all the distractions that you live in and that just overwhelm you on a daily basis, that keep you completely and totally disoriented and imbalanced. So you cannot move forward. You cannot have or even develop the intention of a specific type and quality of clarity of what it is you need to do if you're not doing self-cultivation, if you're not working on who and what you are, because that's what feeds into what your responsibilities are. If you're not responsible for you as an individual, as a being on this planet, in this particular game right now, attempting to develop and create and manifest a strategy, it ain't gonna happen.
Wow. Really quick, tell us about this amazing workshop that's coming up really soon here in Manchester. Tell us all the info over there, because we got our beloved sister as well. I don't know if you want to get in really quick to read up. Okay. So the mic is yours. If you can actually come a little bit on that side, you can be in the shot as well. Exactly. So you're three. So you could put down the other. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Your camera's over there. So brothers and sisters, obviously, we have to understand. Beside a great king, always a great queen. And then sometimes, brothers and sisters, when we say queen, sometimes not mean on the sexual way. It's respectable way, because we understand, we value ourselves, we value our kings and queens. And sometimes we get a sister say, "Oh, Alpha, you love me." I'm like, no, I'm just saying out of respect. So go the same to you, sister. Before we actually let you read, what is your message about the black women that you want to send to the black women worldwide? Because there's a lot of black women, they're going through a lot right now in Africa. Our sisters being systematically abused. Our sisters here in the West, sometimes the media has been manipulating them. They're using the entertainment to brainwash our women. They've been using all this food, McDonald's, KFC, to brainwash our women. That's the way to go. But we know our mother that used to be over there in the kitchen doing that jello fries, that African beans, that Jamaica one, the chicken, the jerk chicken one. You know what I'm talking about, right? So we gotta understand this. When our mother cook, they really cook. So tell us, sister, a message to all the black women out there that they still find themselves.
Well, I think it's been discussed really on the show. We need to do the practices. I think that the focus usually is on lectures, but I think the practice is most important. I was having this conversation with the MB today. I think, you know, the food is important too, and I think women, if a woman's healed, the man will heal as well, because we are in a relationship with our men, and once a woman's healed, that will just transfer to the male. So I think there's been a lot of information today, and I think the practice, I need to emphasize the daily practice, because once we're aligned energetically, that will transfer to the children and to the men that are in our lives. So that is the message. And the workshop that we're doing this weekend on the 28th and 29th will give you that information that you need. So I just think everybody needs to go, but certainly women need to do this more importantly.
Wow, wow. Brothers and sisters, remember, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. When you educate a man, you educate a soldier. You're a soldier right there. But when you educate a woman, you are educating the family, the nation. And we need our women strong. And there is a lot of us, a lot of our women. Make no mistake about it. So, message to all the brothers and sisters, contact details, because everybody's watching, people keep sending me messages. Any message, postcode.
Okay.
For this
okay,
workshop.
So the event is the 28th and 29th of September, which is this coming weekend. So the Saturday is going to run from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So that will be at Limelight, which is in Old Trafford. That is 1 St. Bride's Way, Old Trafford, M16 9NW.
Right. Obviously, it's free entrance to making sure. It's because you got to give all the contacts in terms of. We're gonna post the flyer anyway into our network because especially I know so many sisters that they needed to attend this event. So any information about the price, the price and all the.
Okay, so it's running on the Saturday and the Sunday. So the price for the workshop, so it's broken down into the workshop and the lecture. So the lecture will start first. So the lecture is £15 and the workshop that follows is £35. So in total for the whole weekend it's just £100 for all of this information that you're hearing here today, really. So it's very inexpensive.
Wow. No. This information just a jump start today. Don't make no, because some of us sisters, they will watch the video and they say, oh, I'm done enough, I'm not going. No, you have to attend, because they just give you a snip of what what's going to be happening, because obviously we got our honorable guest. He's been going out around the world healing ourselves spiritually, because you have to understand everything is spiritually. So talking to you, Brother Wayne, what can our brothers and sisters expect out of this event? It's extremely important, because some of our brothers and sisters, they need this type of event, because we know we like to party, we like the club, but at times we have to come to a place to heal ourselves as a family. So what can our brothers and sisters expect out of this event?
Yeah, again, it's about, where your heart and your mind is. What kind of consciousness are you attempting to create for yourself? What kind of journey are you attempting to carve for yourself? So I believe that the weekend is still broken down 2 different presentations. One deals with Ancient Future, which is the title of my book, and it deals specifically with looking at health, looking at where we are right now on the planet and what the planet is going through, because our entire platform is getting ready to change. Nobody knows about this, but if I tell people, that this summer the entire North Pole dissolved, that it melted, and that now the whole North Pole is a lake, that's going to get your attention. If I tell people, that the entire ice sheet on Greenland has completely melted, that it dropped 152 billion gallons of water into the oceans this summer within just a week and a half, that's going to get your attention. There are things that are happening on the planet based on cosmic frequencies that are impacting not just the planet, but every human being on the planet. So I'm talking about that, and I'm talking about how to integrate with that, so that you basically suffer less. And we're talking about finances. We're talking about, because the entire financial infrastructure of the world is changing. Paper money is gone. It's gone. It's not available, So that's going to become a profound message, on the other side of the year. We're going back to silver, we're going back to gold, and we're going into cryptocurrency. There are over 2,500 cryptocurrencies right now that are being used around the world. Some countries have already made it their dominant way of exchanging money,
Wow. So, phone numbers, email.
Okay.
Extremely important. Phone number and email, because I can see message here. Brother Shivandi from South Africa. Obviously, because he just sent me a message, because we were trying to get him on air as well, to be able to break it down to like this topic. And also, we know what's going on in South Africa. Brothers and sisters in South Africa, calm down. Because we have to understand that you need some Winnie Mandela, but not against us. Because Nelson Mandela, be okay with him, but come on. He preached too much peace and unity amongst outsiders. Because we got to understand this. Yes. But we need some Winnie. We need some Winnie Mandela. We need some mother over there to make order, to really strategize properly. Because, come on, our ancestor Nelson Mandela, he fell in economic. Because we have to understand, South Africa is going through what it's going through is because of the economic. And that's what Brother Wayne stated over here. And we have to understand, brothers. You calm yourself down. You're part of the family. Calm yourself down. That's not cool, man. You're killing each other. You're killing your own brothers and sisters because of a job. Come on. Hold on a second out there. Hold your horses. We're definitely going to break it down again. Brother Bosrak, any events coming up that you're part of, and any message that you want to send to the Black nation worldwide before we go?
My message is...
So you gotta speak close to the mic, my brother.
My message is, the Europeans are united like what they were in the Berlin Conference. They are united against Africa. The French, the Belgiques, the people from Holland, the English, the Portuguese, they are united in their attempts to control Africa. The French are still collecting post-colonial taxes to the tune of 400 billion euros a year from impoverished African countries that was once their colonies. They are collecting how in these modern times can you justify that? When they should be giving people reparation, they're collecting post-colonial taxes from Guinea-Bissau and all their French colonies. That a French prime minister said in the 80s, without that money coming from Africa, France could not survive. And that's why you see the French ran back into Africa the other day, because they created this, what they call this Islamic revolution thing going on. It's all created by the West to destabilize Africa and for them to come back in and take control of the territories that their whole system depends on.
Wow.
That's my message. The Europeans are united. When are we going to be united to survive? It's a matter of survival. When are we going to be united?
Wow. So the question to you is pretty straightforward. Food and water medicine has been used. They've been used as a weapon to kill our brothers and sisters all over the world. Do you agree with this statement?
Well, my brother, yes, I do agree. And before we go into any further, I would like to say, in the presence of the Supreme Creator, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, spoke the word and created the first man, first woman, a divine being, that man and woman, mother and father of the human race. But as we know, my brother, there was a time when only the woman was creating children, because we were under attack over 7,000 years ago from the Assyrians, the Arabian, and all that took place from the east northern part of Africa and came right across into the west. And then we had the Grecian, the Roman, and in the final years of the 1600, we have the European Confederate States who call themselves white supremacists. And it was always the design to get rid of the African incarnated divine. And if we can't see the history of civilization and knowing what has been happening, and that we're now in a dispensation where the 2012 calendar of Ethiopia, the Upper Nile Valley, is now in full reality. And what does it says? Earth rightful rulers will again possess our land. And there's nothing that they can stop it, to stop it. And it's happening, my friend. So when we speak of what they're doing, they're not just doing biochemical. Right now, we have the same company here in Jamaica trying to mine our Coptic area that provides the natural ecosystem that make this little rock here in the Caribbean so unique in what it's able to produce. The land that we call Jamaica in the sun. So you see, we know of the attacks that coming from them. And it's not just our water, our food. They now have this artificial intelligence that they've got this so-called mosquito that there's going around that is created from artificial intelligence. They're so small, you cannot see them, but they're carrying viruses. This is what's creating the chick-V. All these new viruses that we're now hearing of is biochemical, scientific creation. And who is it against? The black man and the black woman. And they're now attacking the fetus in the womb, because what they're now doing is injecting our pregnant woman to tell them that they can stop the child from having this and having all manner of things. So, my beloved brother, we are in perfect agreement, and we know what they've been doing. And because we know who we are, that there was only a time that was given for the carnal mind to do what they did. And there was going to come a time when the divine, because it's in our bloodline, my brother, it's in our DNA.
Wow.
And that is where we are today.
Wow. So any last message for all the brothers and sisters around the world, because you came from the
my last message is this.
Hold on. You were based on the land. Hold on, my brother. Hold on. You were based on the land of one of our great Marcus Garvey, one of our great Bob Marley, and we understand the role of Jamaica. Jamaica played a major role of African emancipation, African love, self-unity. So tell us a message to all the brothers and sisters around the world and what we need to do really quick. We got 2 minutes, my brother. For you, with you.
Well, my brother, I hear of the problems of that is confronted in the so-called first world, Europe, all over the same problem. And the only thing you can do, as what the sister says, unless you're able to school your child at home from the time they come out of their room until they reach the age of 12, that's the only thing you can do. Those of us who knows that the return and repatriation is the only answer to our problems, because we must repossess the land that is rightfully ours, wherever the black man and the black woman are the majority, just like Jamaica, Haiti, Grenada, and the continent of Africa. We must now make sure that we now possess those lands, because those are our righteous lands.
Sister Karen, before I let you go, all right? So I want 2 minutes answer from you. The role of religion, because religion in Africa, oh, my brothers and sisters. So the role of religion, help us to understand, because some of our brothers and sisters, they're still waiting for the right Savior to come and save us. Fact. See? So in Ghana, in Angola, in everywhere, we're still waiting for the white Jesus to come. So, what is your message to leaders, to the religious leaders? Because a lot of them, they got a lot of money. Oh, they're driving fancy cars, private jets. Oh, if you go to Africa, oh, they live in large. So, a message, 2 minutes message for the religious leaders in Africa and around the world. Because not only in Africa, UK, Jamaica, and United States.
I'm a person that allow people to have their thinking, their consciousness, and where they are. And so, as far as religion and being religious goes, only thing I have to say is like my one person that deals with the higher level of religion, and he's known around the world. He is no longer with us. Like Reverend Ike said, you are your own religion. You are your own educator of religion. That means that you are the keeper of your own consciousness, of your own thinking, of how you want to express yourself. So let people follow that book, that Bible, that whatever they're using to assist them. But as individual people, you have to know that you are your religion through your state of consciousness, how you are caring for yourself and how you are vibrating in this world right here. So let the religion be self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-assurance, self-worth. Let that be your religion, understanding the self of who you are, and know and connect through oneness around the world with that hashtag Black People's Kemetic Boycott Ham. Lets us know that we are all one globally, and let no religion separate us again. Get out of the religion. I don't care whatever it is, but if you need it for yourself to give you strength, like my brother Malcolm X said, keep it in the closet. Stand up as one. And again, I want to thank you. I want to thank your guests. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to come back. Tune to me on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. I would love to have anyone as my guest that's going to share how they consciously take care of themselves and how they emancipated from medical mental slavery.
Wow, thank you so much, lovely Sister Karen, for the amazing work that you've been doing around Washington, D.C. and USA as well. The last question to Brother Wayne is the same as well, the role of religion. Because we understand some of our brothers and sisters, they confuse religion and spirituality. So we need to be able to break it down, teach our brothers and sisters. And sometimes when we talk about religion, people just get so upset. Calm down, brothers. They get so upset. But we got to be able to understand we can coexist. You can be Catholic, but do you understand what the religion did to us? What did to our ancestor? Are you understand? Are you really have the consciousness to understand what religion brought in Africa? So that's why you gotta calm down, brother Wayne. Same question to you. The religion side.
I mean, you just spelled it out. I can't say it any better. You know, I mean, it's really about using religion as a weapon. And applying that in various cultures around the world to gain dominance and create direction, that you intend for that culture to take. And that's what religion has been, all around the world. So when you start talking about religion again as an independent expression, you're talking about, once again, self-cultivation, and you're talking about taking self-initiative. To really go in and understand, as Sister Karen was saying, your own special, dynamics energetically that makes you the type of individual that you are, and to discover exactly how you can empower yourself through the cultivation of those different qualities that you as a very special, specific being carry. Once you begin to like cultivate and begin to activate all the different aspects of self, then religion automatically falls by the wayside, because you see that you are the dynamic, individual, divine, empowered being that was put here to bring about change and tranquility upon this planet.
Brother Bozrak, 2 minutes. So, should we just get it? What is your message about the medicine, the food, and the water? Should we just get rid of them completely and then begin to follow our way, our ancestors' way? What is your message to all the brothers and sisters all over the world? It was absolutely amazing to have in this show, to be able to educate ourselves, because we need to educate ourselves. It's about learning. It's about education. It's about emancipation. So, any last message about the food, the water, and the drink? Because we all clear the Western power and the Chinese are doing this to targeting our people worldwide. So, a message to the brothers.
Marcus Garvey said something that was very important, and it's one of the key to our survival. Where is our own? If we allow other people if we delegate our health responsibility to doctors and our teaching responsibilities to teachers, we seem to be delegating a lot of things that are very integral in our development to other people that has no interest in our development. Okay? We know that without food, people will starve. And the people that are killing us with food know the importance of food. So we have to now acknowledge that we have to first confront the fact that they are killing us. A lot of people don't believe that. They'll go out there and they'll buy the food. They will not look at what's in the food. E90, E this, E that, E that. When you start, like one of my mentors once said, when you see a loaf of bread and there's so much small writings on the bread, that's it. What's all this doing in this bread? You know, bread is just flour and water. What's all this doing in the bread? What's this there for? You know, we have to look and examine what we're eating, be knowledgeable about what's going into our system, take responsibility for what goes into our body and what we feed our children. Do not delegate that responsibility to McDonald's, to Kentucky Fried Chicken, because they're not there for your health and your well-being. Okay? What we as a people need to do is to take charge. And we only do that through gathering the knowledge. And knowledge alone is not power. Knowledge with wisdom and understanding. Knowledge cannot stand by itself. Knowledge was E=mc². They're killing people with it, with that knowledge. Knowledge with wisdom and understanding. We have to see what's out there, deal with it from a knowledgeable point of view, but with wisdom and understanding. Wisdom knowing how we're dealing with it, understanding knowing what it will do to you if you deal with it like that. So we must approach food and our well-being with the Trinity: knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Brothers and sisters, one more time, please do attend to this workshop. It's extremely important for you to come over. I know you're too comfortable on your social network. I know you're too comfortable on couch sometimes, but you need to leave your living room. You need to leave your house to interact physically with our great brother. So, any more message that you want to share with the family before we go?
Okay, yeah, so this information is also available on Eventbrite as well. So if you put in Wayne B. Chandler tour, lecture tour, and workshop tour, you'll find the information on there, as well as the contact. My mobile is 07842 180 805. So that's 07842 180 805. You can also email amma@ammayoga.co.uk. So that's the information. So it's all weekend, and there's discounts online as well if you need. The one thing I do want to add to what's been said here today as well is initiation, the African traditional religions. Initiating yourself into them is also a way of empowering yourself and connecting to the ancestors. Wow. So I will say that too.
Wow, wow, wow. We're definitely going to have another show as well. We need a second round of this show. Like 2 hours just went too quick. Like there's so many information, my brothers. But we really have to understand our spirituality, African spirituality. We can really go back and embrace who we are as African, because everything is within us. Just go back to your village, marry a beautiful queen out there, and get your nationality if that's what they want. Because they divide us with this passport, with these borders, and then for us to go back to Africa, they impose a lot of you need a lot of paperwork, a lot of this. But we have to find a way to tell these leaders to not buying with these Europeans, because all these Berlin Conference, what they create in Africa is completely division. We don't really see ourselves as unity. We don't look at the brothers and sisters in the United States and say, you know what, we're together on this. We'll feel your pain. We got to sympathize with each other's pain. That's what it is. Brothers and sisters from all over the world, let's step up. Let's do it. And the time is now. Remember this year of Sankofa. We are going back regardless. You can bring all your sanctions or your trying to examine ourselves. We are reproducing, my brothers. And remember, if you take 10 men down, 10 black men down, 10 black women down, 20 will come again. And that's what you have to understand. Nothing you can do. We just have to really educate ourselves and emancipate ourselves to understand who we are and what we're eating and what we're drinking. That's what we got to do. Peace and blessings, Alpha Quabo. So keep this conversation alive every single Sunday from 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, bringing the best of ourselves, bringing love, unity. And it is about connecting the 3 continents. The United States, obviously, when I mean 3 continents, 4 continents. The South America, the North America, African continent, Caribbean, and Europe. And everything is about the nation, is about ourselves as black people worldwide. That's why from this time, from 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's only about ourselves. And please, one more time, don't tell the Chinese, don't tell the European, because they're going to start moving around and that's what it is. Don't tell them we did this show, right? Keep it to yourself, just spread to the family. Peace and Black Power, Alpha Quabo, and we are next Sunday, same time. And thank you one more time for our special guest. We're going to play, oh, you want to say something before we go?
I want to leave you with a poem.
Oh, okay. We're going to hear a poem of our brother here. He's going to enlighten us because he know how to play with the words. And then we're going to be end with this music video. He did in Jamaica. I guess it was in Jamaica here.
What? My music video?
Yes.
That was in New York.
Oh, that was in New York. Brooklyn, New York. So we're going to hear the poem of our great brother. But before we go, we on behalf of the manager, I really want to thank Brother Wayne to come to our platform. It means a lot, because our people need this kind of information. And then obviously thank you, the queens behind the scene as well. You can't see them, but they are here. They're our mother. They're our sisters. They're the one who making sure this workshop goes successfully. So that's why we got to send a shout out to all the queens behind the scene. You can't see them, but they are here. Spiritually, physically, they are here. And obviously our brother Buzz Rock as well, because you were an example of our community of black pride, black love, black warrior. He's a cancer survivor, my brothers and sisters. We gotta give shout out to this brother. So I'll give you the floor and listen to this poem.
They taught me that the color of my skin was a sin. So they opened up the doors to self-hate, to let me in, to despise, dehumanize, to demonize all that I was and all that I am, so I couldn't realize all that I could be. You're black like the devil, that's what they would say. Made me want to change my color every day. Your lip too thick, your head so nappy, your nose so flat and wide. Every day assaulting my African pride. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Day after day dismantling my African pride, destroying my self-esteem, limiting my dreams. Limiting my dreams. And so to find an answer, I looked within. What did I do wrong? What was my great sin? What did I do wrong? What was my great sin? And then the answer came. Rastafari echoed my name, purged all my shame, and broke the chains that set me free from mental slavery. Rastafari broke the chains that set me free from mental slavery. Black is beautiful. That's the universal declaration that went out to each and every nation, inspiring, uplifting many African generations. And so now, a new revelation in my life, a true manifestation reflecting the oneness and the beauty of all God's creation. That's what and who I am. I am that I am, that man from Al-Kebulan. I am that I am, that man from Al-Kebulan. And within the blinking of an eye, everything changed. I reclaimed my glory. I reclaimed my name. Bozrak, Alpha, Abashanti I, Mabrak. Like the rivers and the streams, we're here to fulfill our dreams. I am that I am, that man from Al-Kebulan. Cheer!
Wow, wow. Come on, give a hand for the brothers. Come on, give a hand for the brothers. But that's why you have to understand the power of our blackness. Because understand something, my brothers. It is about time. Because we are coming back home. And then when I mean back home, you don't need to go to the continent. We are coming back to ourselves again.
Rastafari.
So that's why we need you on this one, my brother. This is a worldwide movement. That's why we understand they've been attacking our queen. They've been attacking our children. And we are stepping up. And with the work of this great brother, Brother Wayne and Brother Bozrak and all the sisters are here, we are taking over. And we're going to make it happen. So peace and blessings one more time, and I'll leave you, sister. I'll switch your Skype. I'll leave you with this music video by our brother Bozrak. And remember, it's about the child. Let's build our own system. Let's get out there, because we got to build our own table. That's what it's about, building our own table. Because we understand all this United Nations, all this major organization. They're not here for us, and it is about time for us to build our own table. Get our own seat. Get out that seat, because we understand even the United Nations, all the African leaders over there, they really don't have decisions. We have to understand, as Brother Wayne said, it's about economy. We have to build our own economy, because stop depending too much on the Chinese, because for far too long we understand first was the Arabs, then was the European, now we're going to the Chinese side. We have to understand who's the true enemy and who's the true friend. And that's the message as well for my South African brothers and sisters. Bring that spirit of great Winnie Mandela, of our great Malcolm X, of our great Queen Zinga, of our great Patrice Lumumba, of our great Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvin, of our great Al Selassie, and all of our great queens as well. Queen Zinga. So keep in touch next week sometime, and then I'll leave you with this amazing music video by our, just give that this, and we out.